Hey, what's up, y'all? This is episode 102. We're gonna be talking about trusting the process. Now, that's real heavy right there. That's a deep issue because it's not an issue. It's a deep subject of trusting the process. Because if you strive for something, there's a process. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
trusting that process. Um, Along with trusting that process, you have to know the process. You know what I'm saying? So it's the saying of it's always something you got to give up to get everything you want, stuff like that. It's also something you got to start doing to get everything you want, and all of this is combined. It's called a process. So, my ideology of trusting the process is sticking to the script and having patience. You know what I'm saying? Having trust in
Mhm.
things are going to go through in the way, and eventually in time you'll be where you need to be. But I know it might sound like I'm rambling, but Ashley, you want to go ahead and elaborate about what you think about trusting the process?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you as far as what your standpoint is with trusting the process. But sometimes we don't know everything. Sometimes we got to take it a day at a time too. We can educate ourselves on whatever, the subject is or whatever the profession is or whatever it is you're striving for. We can educate ourselves on it and get, uh, a brief synopsis of how things are supposed to go. But if you're anything like me, man, nothing ever goes for me the way it does for somebody else. Like it's always just weird, like almost magical, or it's just weird. So, for me, I just wanted to add to what you said. I agree with you, but sometimes we don't see the whole thing. And that's where trusting the process really comes into play, because you can't really see the steps, the little steps, but you can see the end goal. But those little steps that come, but it's for a reason too. I read this book one time and it was like a message from God. He was saying, like, if I were to show you all the little steps during the process, you would have quit long time ago. Just because, you know, we experience some things that are unpleasant as human beings, and they might be very, very, very tragic, but those things are a part of the process. So he was saying, if I would have shown you all of these little things in the midst of you climb to where you're trying to, you would have quit. So
Absolutely.
that's able to that's how to learn to just trust the process. Things happen and they don't happen in favor, still try to give credit. All is well. Things at the bright side, because the other thing about it too is once we change our thoughts about something, which is like the drive to want to do it, or like the energy to get it done, it all just slowly depletes once you start thinking negatively. And it's like 17, I believe. Um, so yeah,
To
sometimes we
piggyback,
just gotta trust the process.
yeah, a lot of times you do.
Yeah.
To piggyback off of that, me, no matter what, I have the same character. Like I don't, if I'm overwhelmed, if you know me, you might see it. But other than that, I have the same demeanor.
Right.
So on the outside looking in, I can't. It's hard for me to tell people to trust the process because they don't know when I'm flabbergasted, when I'm overwhelmed, when I'm happy, when I'm sad. They don't know. Because I mean, like most of the time, the wheels in my head keep just turning and turning and turning. I'm always thinking. So,
Right.
so to get to a certain place of where you need to be, it's a process. I'm just more of a more than usual patient. My patience is very, very, very high. So
Yes.
when people see me, they don't know exactly what's going on. I mean, if I tell you something, it's very detrimental that it's specific and I mean what I'm saying, and you do it, we're gonna be okay as a team player. So
Right.
on the outside looking in, when I if I was to tell somebody or somebody looking at me in my position, they will be like, oh, I can do what he's doing, but they don't know what it actually takes to be doing what I'm doing because
Right.
I'm always cool, calm, and collected. You know what I'm saying? So then they come
Right.
into like, well, if that's all he do, they don't see the inside, but then they get thrown into the whirlwind and get swept under, and then they like, dang, you get better appreciation that way, but at the same time, you don't want to see anybody fail in your circle or any way connected with you
Right.
because
Right.
it still reflects on me. Like
Right.
like I said, okay, seasoned vet, you do good, okay, yeah, you supposed to. You do bad, damn it, you a seasoned vet. You know what I'm saying? Like you supposed to know this and that. But like I was telling you before, it means the most when you can stay on top. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what means something
Yep.
because that's the hardest work. It's like being rich or having a lot of money. Okay, you hit the lottery. That was easy, right? You know what the hardest part is, right?
Keeping that money.
Keeping that money. So
Mhm.
I mean, it's life isn't what it seems. People just make it look that way.
Right.
And what matters internally is your happiness. Because I could kill over from a heart attack
Absolutely.
or a stroke or anything from stress just because I don't show it. You know what I'm saying? Just, or anything like that. Like I don't go to the gym a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be
Right.
anything. So
Well,
my main. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this real quick, but my main thing is to trust the process. It's going to be long. You got to have patience, and there's certain things you have to actually expect though during the process, and know there's going to be hard times. Know you're going to be discouraged. Know this beforehand. Nothing's easy. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
you said it, man. Like, I think that's the biggest thing, though, of divides the people is some people have their emotions under control to a point to where nothing seems like it bothers them, you know? But then others are overly emotional and, that's how I end up with uh, issues all around the world in all different categories, But that's a very, very, very good thing to have. Nobody can get under your skin. I mean, I just think about when I'm at work or when I like to cling more to the ones who don't show a lot of emotions because you usually get the problems, the stories, you know,
Negativity, the strife, the discouragement.
right, right. And so what I told you before is what we put in us, it comes out. And I just don't want to be, not to say that, don't get me wrong, because if there's something that I can do to help, I most definitely would like to do it. But if I'm at work and, overly emotional or, whatnot, I still have a job to do so that I can provide for my family, you know? So there's a time and place for everything. But with having your emotions under control is a big part of that too, because you got to change your expectations. You got to take those expectations out because there's things that are going to make you mad or make you happy.
I agree. But what else? What else? I mean, like you have to keep your emotions intact, right?
Skill to have while you're trusting the process, because there's going to be things that happen during the process that you're not going to like, you won't agree with, or you just don't have the answer for. But instead of giving it all up and having a I quit attitude, you have to encourage yourself to continue to move forward, continue to keep pushing, and be consistent with what it is that your heart really desires and your goals so that they can be accomplished, you know? So,
I have a short story, but it's a long journey. I lost my
okay.
mom a few years ago, or a few years ago, but I still had to maintain living. I still had to pay bills and stuff like that. I don't live too close to her, so I've had to manage that in between time of managing other situations in my life, managing the business and everything else.
Right. You
Um,
have to keep living.
that was the hardest test in all my 20 something years of actually working is like keeping myself together, keeping other people together at the same time. And not only that, there were people that were out to not see me do very well, taking my position of weakness, sadness, and playing on it. But I will say our God is a mighty God. If I don't believe in nothing else, I believe in that for the simple fact He got me through. And I mean, that's the story. But you got to stick to the script though. Like if you want to see results and if you're really adamant about it, it's gonna be people like you're doing something right when people don't want to see you doing it. When you see somebody negative for no reason, why are you negative? You got every reason to be happy for yourself. Like I
Yeah.
mean, and I don't take it personal. It's just some people. Well, I did at first, but some people just they not with it. They go on that program. They're on that time.
Right.
And then another thing, like trust in the process. People want things but don't want to work for it. They don't want to sacrifice for it. But expectations. I don't understand.
Expectation.
I don't understand this privilegedness that Americans have. But then we'll get mad at a foreign family for busting their ass working since they was 8 years old, running a family business and passing it down
Right.
generations. We could do the same thing. You know that, right?
Exactly. I plan on it, man.
That's what I'm saying. And people like they kill me with that. They want something handed to them. Why? Because this is America. No no disrespect to anybody that actually takes offense to people like I talk about foreign. Well, I'm talking about foreign people, generational stuff like that. But they're the ones that create their own generational wealth.
Right.
We're now hip. We're recently like new. We can say new. The black community is new to generational wealth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, fairly new. I'm gonna try to keep it back on track though. The process is a motherfucker too. Go ahead, say
Yeah.
what you was gonna say.
No, I was just, I mean, it's crazy how things are or why things are the way they are. You know, a lot of those cultures were able to stick together and learn their actual culture. You know what I mean? To be able to go on and on and on and to pass it down. Um, I'm not saying that as like a reason for us to not want to thrive or anything like that, but I'm saying it because this is why some cultures are just so messed up. And it's because you've never had the chance to really learn. You've just been doing what's been put in front of you. Whatever America wanted you to do, that's what you did. And that's, whatever they told you, that's what you believed. However, back to being woke though, you understand that this is not this not it's something that's not right about this. You know what I'm saying? When you're watching the news or when you're listening to whatever they have broadcasting on the radio and things like that. So, it's what I like to use as an example to other people when I'm talking to them and trying to explain this to them is like you can come up in America, right? And that just be the very minimum of everything. Go to work, well, go to school, go to work, come home, take care of your family, go to school, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's a cycle. But I'm here to tell you, man, that is just the baseline, like the standard of what you have to do or what you can do. So I encourage people to really do some research on their culture and their background, excuse me, so that you can know where you came from and what you come from, because for a lot of people, it's a lot of riches out there already, just set up, just waiting. She would never know. But that's why you get people calling you and contacting you and stuff like that, telling you that you have a descendant from X, Y, and Z, and they have this amount of money in the unclaimed funds accounts. You know what I'm saying? But trusting the process, it all connects. Like knowing who you are first, knowing what you want to do, where you want to go, and then just putting it out there to your God, praying about it, you know. But then you got to be able to let it go. And it ain't letting it go like forgetting. It's letting it go like trusting God is going to take care of it. You know what I'm saying? He's going to send you messages, and this is why you got to keep yourself straight and stable, your foundation straight, which is you, and stable enough to be able to hear, and quiet enough, I meant to say, to hear when he's telling you directions. And you can't be rebellious. You got to be obedient and be able to listen and go out and do what it is that he's telling you to do, you know? And he told you he created you in his likeness, right?
So when he says that though, not to get off subject, but he has a sense of humor too.
And he does. It's up to you. Don't
Yeah.
serve idols, don't praise or worship idols and things like that. That's because he don't want nobody comparing themselves to him. But he told you, I loved you this much that I made you like me.
And he is
Yeah,
a
I know, not in
jealous
those
God
exact
too.
words. Not in those exact words, And he is a jealous God because you're his. That's like having a kid and your kid just decide to go to the another family because they don't like its family. Like that would hurt somebody who really cared about their child. It would hurt me, you know?
Especially when you mean the best for them.
Right. Exactly. And that's what God is. He wants the best for us. So it hurts him, when we do stuff like go to the other side. But the other side ain't no good, man.
But
Especially
also,
during that trust in the process thing too. You'll be so confused. You won't have no discernment, so you don't know what to believe, which way to go, you know?
and another thing, the devil attacks people that are close on the right track or on the right track. The people that's off the right track, they're doing exactly what he needs them to be doing. He
Yep.
won't bother them all. They can prosper, they can do whatever. As long as they're
You
on
know
his side.
why? Because he already got them.
Yeah.
If
So
you think about it.
yeah, absolutely. And that's my point of saying that.
Yeah.
He
So,
he wants new followers.
right.
And being scorned. There's certain Bible situations to where God put people through a lot of tests to where he tested them to the max. And the ones that passed did not, dismiss him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, imagine somebody that dismissed him and they've been doing it right for such and such years, and then all of a sudden they just say, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And then they're going out in the worst way. Devil's having a great time.
I wonder what happened to somebody who never been introduced to God?
What do you mean never been introduced?
Like,
Because there's different ways to approach it. There's a higher power. There's certain things of, I mean, because cross references, it's all combined into one. I feel. I mean, there
yeah.
wouldn't be a Bible without the Quran, a territory, and then there's also lost books inside of the Vatican, and you know, and I don't want to get off key, but who narrated the Bible? Who decided what went in and what got took out?
And that's kind of where I'm going with this. Like, but
We trust in the process, though, of this conversation. It's leading to where we need to be.
yeah, you're probably right. Um, but I just feel like there's so much on the topic that we need to dedicate a segment for that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't never want somebody to hear one thing that I say and then not hear me say another thing, and only for the misleading part, because I don't care what people, like how people judge me. I don't care. That's not what I'm here for. You
And
know what
you
I'm
gotta
saying?
remember, we're all perfect imperfections too.
Yeah. Yeah. So like people who judge, I don't know. I don't have no patience or no mercy, because I don't know. Anyway,
No, no,
I
no,
feel
no,
like
no. We're gonna talk about that. You don't have patience and mercy. I get it. I'm getting to that point. I have patience, but I also have mercy too. They don't go hand in hand. They'll ruin you. And I
and
learned that firsthand.
hmm I wasn't like that forever though. I definitely had to learn that because I still am, but it's just like more I have discernment now. You know what I'm saying? Better in this area because I have the biggest heart, man. Like there's nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like that I wouldn't do for somebody to help them or to encourage, you know what I mean? Like, but
That's
I just
that's that's true. That's I'm the same way, but at the same time, when it affects you and what you need to be doing, your performance, or what bills you can pay, and how your kids eat, that's when it's a problem.
right, right. When it affects your mood, like, because we all got them, we call them vibes, you know, but that's just, I don't know.
No, no, it is what it is. Like, I mean, I got a sucky mood when I'm in that place, but I pray about it. But I can't
Hmm.
help sometimes. Sometimes, and sometimes the closest people to us suffer because of that.
Hmm.
So when I trust the process, I really trust it. And for the most part, it works. I'm not going to wake up tomorrow and have a bad day and be like, well, fuck it, bro. And from here on out, no. One day, one bad day is one bad day. It's 7 more days. It's 6 more days in this week.
Right. There's other people depending on you. Like, that's what I wanted to talk about too. When you told us your short story, your um your story about your mother, and how you felt um during the process, or how other people felt too. Anyway, just mentioning it though. Like for me, when I had an experience, definitely not like yours because there was much more relationship established there, like
I
but
see,
not to
I
compare.
see, I see where you're going. If you're comfortable with going there, that's fine. If not, then don't force it.
Well, I just want to point something out though, because this is a part of trusting the process, you know?
Hmm.
In life, there's a cliff that you feel like you can't, like, oh my God, I'll never be able to do that. Like, oh my goodness, never.
Absolutely.
Like, you
Yes,
know what
true.
I'm saying?
Very true.
And so when things like that happen, it's like you jumped off the cliff. It's like it that was terrible. It was terrible. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, it was so terrible, so heartbreaking, you know, um, devastating. And it's still to this day when you think about it, you know. But
I still wonder how. I still wonder how.
you still have questions, all of these things, all these emotions, like, is there's everything from that day that it occurred is still present right now. It's just I know that I cannot continue. I can't live with living in that every single day. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that cliff was terrible, but I still made it.
Amen. And thinking back on it, Coach Squirrel never could have thought about imagine a day, a second after that point.
Right. But in that whole thing, trusting the process is just that though. It's wanting to get to that cliff of happiness though and success. but then actually jumping or actually, making it to the top.
We not trusting the process. We trusting that parachute to open.
Man,
It's
it's
there.
going to open though,
It's
because
there.
yeah, God got you. Whoever your higher being is, got you, man. And like, people probably think I'm crazy, you know? People probably think people who've experienced bad things are crazy, like, oh, well, maybe something, I don't know. I've I've heard so
No,
many
no, no,
crazy
no,
things.
no. You're correct. You're correct. You're correct. You heard so many bad things. Imagine the shit that actually happened. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. And people have to realize that, like, I mean, any successful person pick their brain. You don't want to hear that shit. You just want to see what you see on the internet. That's fine.
Hmm.
But imagine somebody that's righteous enough to share. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I pick the brains of the most successful people.
Hmm.
If I'm not in the room with somebody doing better than me, I'm not in that room.
Right.
I feel it's like an insult to be in a room with people just to be bigger and better. Like I go places and I teach people stuff and I tell them like I'm just like you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I'm just teaching you something that I know.
And then, you know what? If I'm glad you said that, because I always feel weird when people say, and I don't know, maybe I shouldn't feel weird about it, but when people thank me for just being who I am,
I do that the same. You guilty, 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 guilty.
like, that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I'm here for. Like, that's how it
But
should be.
it should, but at the same time, meeting somebody with the same intelligence and and positive vibes, no matter what's going on around you, you can get through anything. You can be anything you want. And it's hurtful to say, like some people keep the shit to themselves. Oh, look at
Yeah.
me, I'm doing this because I did this, and it's not on my own. Even if they did it on their own, that's more information for them to share with you or reach
Hmm.
out to you. If they see you struggling, they won't offer a hand, but when you mess up, they criticize. What does it tell you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
And it means a lot. I think this is the most powerful episode we've done thus far because I'm feeling it, and me specifically, I don't care if anybody doesn't watch it anymore. I'll find some followers to watch this because it's real though. Like you know what I'm saying? Like so much stuff
Yeah.
is going on in the world, and you have to maintain focus. People saying we in the last days, and we are. But at the same time, when I was 5 years old, wanted to ride my bike, we was in the last days.
Right.
Bible ain't changed too much. Not since we've been born. Not
Right.
since 400 years. You know, the last days is the last days, and it's not that things have actually changed per se, but it's our perception, what we can
Yep.
conceive into our intelligence, and what we see more. You have a spiritual eye, right?
Yeah. Your
So
third
one,
eye.
yeah. So once you see that, you get it. And it might be stuff that as soon as you were taught to go to verse Psalms 23 or anything like that, as soon as you're taught that, there's something for everything in there. But I have a problem with people interpretation of what it is.
Right.
I prefer people to think for themselves
Hmm.
because a lot of things don't make sense. Like the Bible technically should be common sense, right? Basic,
Right.
basic instruction before leaving Earth, right?
Hmm.
Should be, but people twist and turn things like into their own ways to make things right for them or
Yep.
make them sound better.
Yep.
So
And that's how it was used. That's how it started out being used. It was a controlling mechanism. That was the only thing you could do, at one point. Then, you know, there's different versions of it coming out, and that's just different other people's versions. So it's like it's I
fun,
don't know.
fun fact, fun fact. This is a segment where we say fun fact. What's the
Okay.
most what's the most stolen book or item known to man?
The most what?
Stolen.
Stolen the Bible, probably.
No, it is. It is crazy. And
Crazy.
these facts can be looked up though as well. Um, I don't know where I'm at right now. I feel like it's a cleansing right now going on to where I feel better.
Yeah.
I can actually go on and actually do my due diligence of it's the thing is though, my issue is I'm not around like-minded people when I'm not here.
Hmm.
So while I'm there, I'm fighting to bring people to my side, which
It's draining. So you need something to fill you up.
yeah,
Like you just
exactly,
need
exactly.
drained.
So I can go and get yep, yep, and this, you know what I'm saying? Like I can keep going. The thing is though, it's hard to get people to understand. Like some people learn at a different pace. I'm not gonna lose any sleep or any money to get people to understand a program that I did not, and I agree on this program. I agree
Hmm.
1,000% on this program. It's not. It's only right. It's only fair. So if you can't do that, the bare minimum, I can't really. There's no you can't be a vessel for what I'm trying to do. And I'm not God because we're all guys supposed to be God's vessels and stuff like that. But as working as a team,
Hmm.
I mean, Jesus was a carpenter, right?
Hmm. Use everything though.
Yeah, he was everything. But I'm saying like I'm just a mere somebody that knows everything by the book. And I tell people these are not my rules. You know what I'm saying? If it was like it was, though, I mean, like, but at the same time, once you understand why the rules are implemented, then yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
it's common sense in a sense, but it's not so common. So I go back to that part.
Yeah. And the other thing about trying to coach people also,
You say coach.
I
You say
mean,
coach. No, 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 no. You say coach.
that
I try to stay away from work, but yeah, coaching. That's what it's called, coaching.
um it's difficult because nobody's the same. And that's why it gets hard when, when you start speaking all of this professional language. People you get a better you get better feedback and you get a better I guess volume of people to listen to you when you can bring it a little bit, when you can bring it down. Professional sounds like work to me all
Well,
the time.
standards. Because a professional ain't finna pull up in some, you know what I'm saying? Like, on it's the way, like, okay, congratulations. I have to say this.
Hmm.
Your painting and stuff like that. I have to say that. I have to
Thank you,
say that.
man.
And
Thank
this
you.
is the perfect part for you to plug it, and then I'll go in after that.
Um, yeah, you around the Virginia area, the 757 Hampton Roads area. I have LMH Unlimited Painting up and running, so you can get your home refreshers. Now we're running a 25% off deal for the month of August. We want the kids to be able to come from a fresh place to have a fresh start for the year. So you can hit us up, Live Laugh Love on Facebook, and LMH Unlimited. You can Google us.
And actually, I'm going to put that in the description as well
Okay.
because, as a sister, as a family member, you gotta thrive too. Like, come on now, we talking this shit. We gotta walk this shit too. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right. You're right. You're right. And thank you. You're
Not a
right though.
problem at all. Not a problem at all. Because I mean, if I'm down or anything, you'll lift me up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, of course. But this
Wasting
is
time being down, no. Like there's a ship that you gotta get on and you gotta stay on it. If you get off, if you think about getting off, it's gonna mess everything up. It's gonna delay some things, you know what I'm saying?
people don't
And
realize that.
you gotta keep that momentum, that drive, like, and it's not
Well,
easy. It's
well,
not
the thing is
easy.
though, I gotta think. I gotta think all the time. Like I'm not gonna give up. But today was a bad day. Well, not
Mhm.
saying specifically, but you have a bad day, you got tomorrow to make that up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Tomorrow to
saying?
give it
Like,
another shot.
yeah, tomorrow
Give it another shot.
exactly, and it's not promised, but at the same time, your intentions will keep you here.
Yeah.
You know
You
what I'm
know
saying?
what though? You know what, man? This is how I learned this thing about this time thing. And this is why I started taking it very, very, very seriously. I wish like hell, like not even hell. I wish so bad that I could have spent more time with my baby boy, man. Swear to God. Or if I would have known it was gonna be that short, like I want to go back and give him everything that I could give him, you know? But it don't work like that. But
All right,
that also gives me an essence of time. It's not to be played with. You know what
not
I'm
at all.
saying?
Every second counts, and that's what I'm living on. I'm living off of borrowed time.
Yes.
You know, time
Yes.
is money, right? This is borrowed time we doing.
Right. And that's the other thing that I've learned during my journey is, everybody got the same amount of time. It's what you do with it. You know what I'm saying? And successful people do more um, you know, uh
During a time, their
excelling.
days, and
Right.
and and and, and from a past episode, we talked about people we know. Some people don't sleep.
Man.
How do they do it? I'll tell
But
you how
see,
exactly in this book coming up next time.
hey, I mean, we could do that. We could get it going. We're gonna have some stuff going though. I'm sure of it, man. I'm
No
sure of it.
choice but to. And the thing is,
Yeah.
though, I'm in a spell of where I just pumped out merchandise. People bought all
Okay.
the damn merchandise and said, "Fuck the show, this shit fly." And I was like, you ain't. I don't even have no subscribers, but the money through the roof by people paying. You know what I'm saying? Getting all the damn hoodies, the
Yeah.
fucking shirts and everything. Like, I gotta reevaluate what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
So when that came into play, I was like, okay, well, I did the approach with the model shit, and that didn't work because that's not the people I want to reach.
Yeah.
And true enough, I didn't benefit from that. They benefited from it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, which is cool, but at the same time, like they off on their own shit. They not on people podcasts and nothing like that. Like they give a shit less as long as they get theirs.
Yeah.
No, that's true though. That's true.
I know. That's why I'm laughing because I know it's like another story like that.
Mhm. So, but me being well orchestrated and always thinking, I'm thinking like, well, this is the direction we going in. That's where we gonna go. And then when I say trust in the process, this is a process
Right.
right here, right now.
Hmm.
I trust it dearly.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
So
And
do I.
I have not been led astray since.
Neither have I. Because I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you, your little advertisement scheme,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
about to
yeah.
run me away.
I told you about that. I
Okay.
told you about that.
Yep.
I know that. I know that. Come
Yep.
on
But
now.
no, but I'm just saying that's how you know that I'm rocking with it. You know what I mean? And I know that it's don't have no choice. You know what I'm saying? But to go up. It ain't like we sitting here spitting some bull crap that
I
ain't gonna
know.
help
I
nobody.
know.
You know what
I
I'm
know.
saying?
I
So
know. And also,
everything.
when I said Lord forgive me, I had a few more promotional shit in my fucking phone, and I was like, get it out my system. It's out my system, out my phone, everything. All the
Yeah.
promo is gonna be real, real. Yeah,
That's good.
the fuck I look like scaring you away. The fuck?
I'm
And
saying back to
go ahead.
nah, man. It's just trusting the process though, for real. You had to trust the process in that situation, even with connecting, you know?
Yeah, and then when people see it, they see it though. And the right people see it. You got.
Yeah.
I had to understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like the right people.
Yeah.
And then
Hey,
when
I
you
wanna
go ahead, go ahead.
my
I'm
bad,
sorry.
go ahead.
Go. No,
Nope.
no, 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 no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was getting ready to switch subjects for real quick. Because I just wanted to talk to the people that are listening, you know? If somebody is looking at you for advice and for encouragement or information, whatever, I just want to encourage you to be that vessel because in today, a lot of people need it. A lot of people are already short staffed, so you know where the resources probably normally are. The people are impatient and, you know, not really taking an understanding of each individual situation as they would had a lot of people not need the help right now. So be patient with people, answer questions, give resources, whatever you know, be of a source for someone else. And I'm telling you, that'll be the start of keeping yourself positive and getting that momentum of finding out what it is you want to do and stand there to get it done. Those things will occur if you start helping another. Each one teach one, you know?
Yeah, but you know we got these ignorant ass motherfuckers out here that's trying to not do shit, trying to cause confusion.
Yeah.
But I can't stress that enough. What you just said.
And those people too, I got a word for you as well. How about that?
Go ahead.
If you know somebody in, that way and acts in those ways, just stop. Just stop. It's no need for it. It's nonsense.
Be
It's not gonna
miserable in
get you
your own
nowhere.
cave or
Yeah.
where your hell
And
or
then
wherever you at. Just be
right.
miserable there. Don't spew it onto the earth. The
Exactly.
good
Like
people.
just y'all go, once y'all all link up, y'all can have actually no, because that would be just crazy. But just go to yourself. Keep it to yourself. You know? Don't be a burden of somebody else's day
But you know they not gonna keep
or
to their
life.
damn self. They finna try to gather minions. You
Right.
know that.
That's why I said I don't know, because them little things was powerful at one point. All of them little
And they actually made stuff fashionable and stuff legal and stuff everything like they actually work they trail, but at the end of the day, I'm glad for technology for this reason.
yeah. Yep.
And I've seen death, I've seen shootings, I've seen stabbings, I've seen murders, I've seen everything under the fucking sun. Something
Man,
has to give.
right. Guess what though? I seen a lady get smashed by a freaking dump truck right in front of my house. It was so like it was surreal. Like it didn't feel real. Like, but it
And,
was.
and another thing though, when you witness things when we witness things like that, that shouldn't be the norm. I was young witnessing stuff like that. Like that's that's the way it is around here. You have to know better and do better
Yeah.
and see better. There's a lot of people in situations where they can't help it. They can't get out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always where your mind is, not where your environment. Your mind is not in your environment. And I'm living
Yeah.
proof because my mind was never in my environment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I have two beautiful girls. My daughters, you know damn well they ain't finna live through the shit that I've been through. this and that. Like, okay, yeah, it's the reason I kind of am there, like for them, but at the same time, like they shouldn't have had to went through what we went through.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I'm talking my ass off. Like, it's been a week. It's been a week. It's been a long fucking week. And thank you so fucking much for being understanding.
Man, anytime. You're welcome. Anytime. You just gotta trust that process like you're doing though. And continue.
That's all I know though. I don't know
Yeah.
anything else. So
Yeah.
I'm feeling like I'm a damn just like a like out of place. That's all I know is the process. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? The process is amazing, but how can I tell somebody that that's not really knowing of it? You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's like they'll think you were crazy.
Yeah, you know that right. You know that right. But yeah, man. Every time is on point. You ain't God, but you was on time.
Yep.
You know, and another thing, I appreciate you giving me quality content too.
Oh, I mean, everything I do, if I'm putting it out here like this, you know what I'm saying? So for people publicly to be able to see it, that's all you're gonna get, man. Because one thing about me, I mean what I say.
You
You
can
know what
say
I'm
what you
saying?
mean,
And I
and
say what I mean.
people listen obviously because you posted that, you shared that, and then the bam, 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 bam. I look at the analytics too. You got to know that.
Really?
Yeah, what you mean, really? Yes, 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 yes. Numbers
Right.
are up. Numbers are up. If I could pay when
That's
I
what's up.
monetize you, yeah, you're me in line. Not in line because somebody look. I had some messed up shows. Some messed up shows.
It's all good.
I done had motherfuckers breaking in doors and stuff, and oh, get off the phone with that bitch ass nigga. She was like, I'm on a podcast.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like when my cousin Ray said, they're like, we've been through some shit though. We've been through some shit though.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I mean, it's life though, you know. And I don't like, I don't want to be misrepresented because I have you.
Yep.
So
Yep.
download the Zoom app next Sunday. You are going to actually start the no Tuesday. You're gonna start the podcast off,
Okay.
and you'll have all the information. I'll give you that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and no matter where you get off or whatever. I mean, we all work and stuff like that. So you will be the stand-in host. I'm not gonna co-host.
Okay. Okay.
You're gonna send me the invite, the clip. You know what I'm saying? The invite, the number, the passcode, and everything, and I will sign in religiously.
Okay.
Your topic,
Okay.
your topic. I'll be there, fair and square.
All right, bet. It's exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting, but at the same time, like, look, I trust you that much to do that, and plus, like, man, you keep me on my fucking toes when I'm doing shit. Like, literally.
Yeah,
Come on now.
man.
So if you cool with that, I'm cool with that.
Hey, I'm down. I got it. I want to be consistent with this thing.
And consistency, and you know, I go back and watch stuff afterwards.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, consistently, we got to work on consistency. We don't have to
Yep.
work on that. No, we consistent.
Right. Right. We are. That's the other thing too. Thinking in now, like thinking in the present of what you want, not of what the current is. because the current, it moves, it waves, it sways.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. So
Yep.
expect that next Tuesday. I'll send you all the info and everything. So, because I trust you dearly.
Okay. I'm thrilled. I'm honored, man, for real. Like,
It's nothing to it but to do it, though, honestly.
right. Yep.
Why are you
Absolutely.
smiling? Like, look, this is work.
But that's the thing, when you're passionate about what you're doing, it doesn't look like work. Like, don't feel like it either.
No, it
It's not.
doesn't. But 102, I can control me. Episode 102. That's what we doing right now.
Yep.
I can control me. I can't control nobody else.
Right.
So when it's that time, you'll be well seasoned.
Absolutely.
And I'm
I
not
can get it.
being lazy. I just want like shit. Like I want to kick my feet up. Like okay, this is what we doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
Right.
love
I
it.
got you. I get you. I get it. I just told you, man, earlier, like sometimes you do all the hustle and bustle already and you just want to delegate and pass the money down, like I get it, man. So,
Okay, you get it then. You get it. You already know what I'm talking about then. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah. This helped me out a lot. I gotta tell you that
good. I'm glad. I'm
because
glad.
I see a smile on your face. I know you're happy. For me, I got to do this shit all over again of my whole rundown of what I do.
Hmm.
So yeah, it would take a lot like a load off though, and that's what I'm doing right now. Like, and also you're going to have your own shit. You're going to do this and you're going to do that. I mean, whether you wanted to or not, you seem
Right,
happy about it. But hell, what better time?
right.
It's
Yep.
all it's all love. I'm gonna let this one go. Thank you
Thank you.
so much. Thank you so much. And
Thank
and
you.
anybody
Yep.
listening to this, thank y'all too for listening.
Yep. Peace, love, and happiness.
And what else?
Mental health.
Mental health. Y'all check on y'all people y'all ain't heard from and everything because everybody go through something. So
Yep.
so just check on y'all people and also like it's all love over here, man. It's like we trying to prosper just as well as everybody else. We just trust in the process, you know?
Yep. Yep.
All right, this is lovely. I'm gonna hit you up in 1 second, all right?
All righty.
All right.
Night, y'all.